I am Father Joy Mariaratnam, a Claretian priest. At the moment, I am working in one of the Claretian seminaries at Kurunegala, Sri Lanka. I was the one who was celebrating the Mass at St. Anthony's Church, Kochikade, when this Easter bomb blast took place. We always say time is the best healer. 2 years have passed since that terrible bomb blast. And I will never say that time has not healed us. We still undergo the same pain, same suffering, same disappointment and frustration. So many things could have happened along these 2 years which could have healed our wounds. But unfortunately, many things that we expected did not happen. And if I want to be honest with you and honest to the realities, I have no hope at the moment that there would be something better happening in the near future. But we cannot live like that without hope. But still, in spite of hopeless situations, we continue to believe, at least by the grace of God, something good will happen and should happen. If not, it is going to be a very big disaster. Arun, as I said, the hurt still continues in the same intensity. But it is also true, with the things that are getting unfolded these days, the hurt gets more and more. If I would like to explain you in this way, it would be better, I think. When we lost so many lives on that day 2 years back, we were really hurt. We were disappointed. At the same time, we had a little hope something good would happen. Not that people would come back to life, but rather some justice would take place. People would be justly compensated. And when I speak about justice, I do not mean we have to punish or we have to speak against a particular community or group of people. No, not like that. Justice means truth should be revealed. Truth should come out. At the same time, we should take measures so that a similar incident should not take place in Sri Lanka. If you go through the history of last 2 years, nobody would believe something positive has taken place. If we take one step upward, we have gone down 2 or 3 steps. We try to take steps ahead, but in fact we are going behind. So far, nothing tangible has taken place. There are certain things that are taking place, but they are just for an eye wash. If you consider all these things, the feeling of hurt gets more and more. We feel very much disappointed, and frustration is terrible these days. Because nothing positive seems to happen. All what the government and the other officials are trying to do remain an eyewash. They are not honest steps that are taken in view of justice. It's not an easy question to answer, Arun. We feel hurt, as I said before. We feel disappointed, and at the same time we feel let down by all the people whom we believed, especially the people who are supposed to bring justice. And when I stand before the victims, it is not only the feeling of disappointment. I have a very strong feeling that I am speechless. I am not able to do anything good for those people. We also should do something. Our Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit, he tries his best. But at times I feel he remains a sole voice in this world. Those who should support do not stand by him. Very few people stand by him. And very many people conveniently wash their hands. So when I stand before the people, I'm not able to give any answer to them. Spiritually, I can speak. From the scriptures, you can quote so many things. But I also at times think whether it is enough to speak from the Bible, whether it is enough to speak spiritual things, because we have to do something to the people which we are not able to do. So I feel at times disappointed and very often frustrated. I remain speechless before the people when they ask me a few questions. So Arun, every soul that gave their life is dear to us. The church cannot say that those who died at the churches are the ones who are dear to us. As Cardinal said in one of the recent meetings, we are speaking not on behalf of the people who died in our churches. We had to raise our voices for the people who died in the other church and also in the hotels. All of them are very, very dear to the Holy Mother Church. So all the lives that we have lost are near to us, and we would like to share our sentiments of loss with them. It is still alive in my mind and in my heart. Even yesterday, just after the Good Friday service, I met a few people who were there in the church, and some people who helped me and the other fathers and the security forces to take the dead bodies and the wounded to the hospital. They were sharing the same sentiments. No one has forgotten what had happened. It is still in our hearts, it is still in our minds, and it is still very fresh. As I said in the beginning itself, we like to forget it, but we are not able to forget because justice is not done. We like to forget it, but we are not able to be satisfied with the things that are happening. Everything seems to be an eyewash. So the time cannot heal these wounds. It will still remain very, very fresh in our hearts, and it can have very negative reactions from the people. Arun, you may agree with me. Just after the bomb blast, when you interviewed me, I said, we are ready to forgive them. We would like to forget this. We would like to cooperate with everyone so that such things may not happen again. I hope you remember it. And after that, you also asked me, is it possible, Father? I said, as a Catholic, as a good Christian, it is possible. But now, Arun, I have come to a situation to say it is very difficult. I like to forgive. I like to forget. But it is very difficult because when negative things happen again and again, you don't feel like forgetting, but rather you feel like remembering it, not with an attitude of forgiveness, but with an attitude of disappointment. I am also human, Arun, like any one of us here. And even though we are Catholics, we profess faith in our Lord Jesus Christ and in His teaching, we are still human. When negative things happen continuously, are we not fragile? Are we not weak? Will we not be forced to take revenge, or at least to utter few words of vengeance? We try to control, but at the same time it's very, very difficult to maintain the same tempo. So I would say, very honestly, I hope you will not take me very negative. I had an attitude of forgiveness. I am afraid now I may lose it. To forgive, the other party also should cooperate. Because I am not a saint. I am struggling. Every Christian is struggling here. So we like to forgive, we like to forget if anything good happens. This is not a condition that we lay, but rather we would like to tell you we are also human. We can also give up at times our hope towards these things. This is what I can say. Anger is growing daily. Vengeance can come in. It should not happen. Justice should be done. Truth should be brought out. Then there is a meaning in forgiveness. We have just celebrated Good Friday. Good Friday invites us to forgive those who hurt continuously. And I promise you, we the Catholics, Christians, and we will continue to strive hard to forgive as Jesus has told, but it should not become an impossible thing. Not at all. Not at all. Because what is said is not done. What is done is not said openly. We are trying to play with the feelings of the people. So I am not satisfied.
What is the most disappointed thing about this whole the Easter Commission and the investigation?
First of all, I do not know the report in full. So I will not comment on the report, and it is not just for me to comment on the report. But the outcome of those reports, what has happened? Practically nothing. Practically nothing satisfies us. When I say us, I do not mean the Catholic Church. Not a single victim is satisfied with the outcome of all these commissions and the reports. 2 years have passed. Even yesterday I read in one article, the writer tells, we have got all these modern facilities. We have advanced technologies. If we had a heart to find out the truth, we could have easily found out the truth. We need not wait for 2 years, could have done in a few months, I would say. In this sense, I am not satisfied because not a single one who might have been mentioned in the reports, whose names appeared in the media, are not taken in for a serious, I repeat, serious questioning. Yes, it was a very strong yes from me. Of course, these Easter celebrations, which is preceded by Maundy Thursday, Good Friday celebrations, they are focusing on forgiveness, tolerance, acceptance, and embracing the enemies as friends. The whole church, not only the Catholic Church, everyone who believes in Jesus Christ, and also everyone who believes in God, let it be Hinduism, Buddhism, or Islam, we all speak about love and forgiveness, and we speak more about it during these days. And all the liturgical services, I am very sure, focused on this truth. It is forgiveness that can bring us peace. It is love and acceptance that can bring us happiness, lasting happiness. The joy can be experienced only in tolerance, right? So I'm sure these liturgical services of these days try to give people hope, and of course I can say it also try to give a kind of tolerance into the hearts and minds of the people. So I'm sure these liturgical celebrations, especially the Paschal celebration, will give little bit of hope, little bit of peace, to the people, and we have to continue to give this message of Christ so that it can come to its fullness. Yes, surely. Actually, these banners were not displayed yesterday. It was displayed on the day when we remembered Black Sunday. On that day, we very clearly said, the Holy Mother Church said it very clearly, especially His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit made it very clear. We want to know the truth. And we want to know the people who are behind all these things, who funded, who encouraged them, who in a way prepared a possible situation for such an event. We wanted to know that. And we also want justice should be done. If they are to be punished, they should be punished. We do not say these people should not be punished. I'm sure no one said like that. And when we said they should be punished, we do not intend that they should be killed, right? But they should be brought to the books. They should be brought before the justice. And let justice do its role. That's what we want. And we do not want to point our fingers at anyone and say, he is the culprit and he is the cause of it. We cannot say. It is a work of the courts, it is a work of the security forces and the intelligence unit who are working on it. I should not speak only as a victim. I also should speak as a priest. I told you very clearly, we are losing hope. We have not lost hope. We wanted to have hope. Without hope, you cannot have a good life here on earth. At least now we believe something good will happen. At least looking into the misery of the people, I believe those in authority, those who are responsible, will do something positive and will bring all the culprits to justice. I do not want to say I have no hope, I am losing, but I am urging the government and the people in authority, please help us that we don't lose our hope.
Because of this bomb attack at one of the holiest places in Sri Lanka, do Catholic community turning away from the church?
Never, never. I am very, very much convinced on this. The people do not go away from the church, and people do not go away from God. Here I speak about all religions. It is true, we went in search of God. We asked Him for a gift, we got just the opposite. It does not mean we have lost our faith in God. Now you come to the churches. Yesterday we had 3 celebrations of Good Friday. All 3 masses were packed with people. And when I was leading the service, I could feel they were emotionally involved. It is not a blind emotion. It is an emotion driven by faith. They have not lost hope. I was celebrating Mass in a different place yesterday, but those who were at Kochikade St. Anthony Shrine were there. When we were sharing few words, and I found I have not lost my faith. He has not lost his faith. The faith gets stronger and stronger in these adverse situations, and we still believe God is the only hope. So people have not gone away from God. They are still clinging on to the God whom we believe, and we know He is our hope.